Okay, so this inorganic chemistry, in inorganic chemistry, is it visible? The screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
in introduction to inorganic chemistry, this is more specifically introduction to inorganic chemistry questions which are been asked in CSIR NET set exam. My name is Dr. Vikram Uttam Pandit and I am assistant professor at Department of Chemistry, HV Desai College, Pune. So this is my channel. You must visit to this channel. So many videos are there on chemistry only. So just if you find time, just visit to this particular channel. Okay. So as you know that in this inorganic chemistry or in CSIR exam, there is a question paper which is generally divided into such a categories: organic, inorganic, physical, 30-30%, and remaining part like some of the nanotechnology, polymer, or this analytical chemistry only of 10%. Okay. Now this dividation is based on certain papers which I find on internet. So for example, if you are from organic chemistry, you have to study the another inorganic or physical. If you are from analytical chemistry, you have to study organic as well as inorganic chemistry. Two chemistries you have to learn, right? And you, if you are from any of these three, you have to learn at least other chemistry. Okay, so the most of the students are now from analytical chemistry. They have to study organic as well as inorganic chemistry. Okay, so this is the general guideline, or generally this type of questions they are asking. So number of questions are there based on the uh, question papers. This type of dividation is there. So that is the what I'm trying to say is that for organic chemistry, if you are good in organic chemistry, just choose any of the chemistry from this. So even in organic chemistry, we all know that this there is a periodic table, and in this periodic table there are certain groups as well as certain periods are there. So you should able to find out the location of any particular metal, non-metal, or any of this element present in the this periodic table. Why it is important? See, just I'll give you one example. If this indium is asked, so many times it happens that you forget its atomic number, but how to remember the atomic number of this? There are certain tricks. Okay, if you search on Google or even on YouTube how to remember this periodic table, you will find number of ways. Few sentences, few songs are based on like Marathi language, English language, as well as Hindi languages are there. Okay, so few of the examples are like for this first group, you should have to remember all the elements present here. So in YouTube, if you search it, there will be a sentence like there in Hindi, "Hey Lina, kare rab se faryad." Okay, so such type of sentences are there. For example, here this six group here, it is given like for carbon in Marathi, Kashila Gele Shankar Parvati. Okay, so such type of sentences are there. Not only these, their F block elements are also there, right? So here in F block element, like from lanthanum to lutetium, like I think in Marathi there is a one sentence. लाल शिऱ्याचा प्रसाद नंदूने प्राईम मिनिस्टर श्रीमती इंदिरा गांधीच्या टेबलावर दिला होता. Okay, so such type of sentences are there. So what is the use of this type of tricks or sentences is that you can locate the number of the atomic number of any particular element present in the whole periodic table, right? So how to use this, that we are going to see. For this NET exam, you should have the reference book for your study. And for studying any type of inorganic chemistry, these are the few books which are given. Okay, so more than 10 books are there. And out of these, I will not recommend you to all these books. You have to have only two, maximum two books you have to read from these all the books which are present in the your internet or even in your college libraries. Puri Sharma Kalia, then Ram Lingam, and this TYBSC Pune University syllabus book. This will be, if you read all these three books, okay, by like chapter wise, what you will feel that not NET, but I will at least qualify the LS for the NET exam. And why that so? Because of this Ram Lingam and Puri Sharma Kalia, it's like very, very important books. There are so many problems and so many topics being covered from the CSIR exam. Now, if you closely look the book of TYBSC present in this Pune University syllabus, it is nothing but that's like a few chapters from the Ramlingam book. Okay, so from Ramlingam book, this TYBSC book is taken, and now what is the problem? If you are reading this Ramlingam book, why you have to read the this type of TYBSC book, right? So don't go for that TYBSC book. Just go for Ramlingam book. So only one book will be there, right? Ramlingam. No need to read this book. Now the next is, if you are now want to go for CSIR exam, what you have to do? You have to learn from only two books, right? There are number of books. No, don't worry about that. But see, if you are reading this book, then you have to read only that book by your heart, because it is of very, very importance. Now, in Ramlingam, there are 4 chapters of coordination chemistry, and in Kalia, there is like 9 chapters for coordination chemistry, right? So, those 4 chapters which are present in Ramlingam, those are included here in Kalia book. So, ultimately, if you calculate, what you will find that you have to read only one book to qualify the CSIR exam, at least for ELS, if you are from open category. Okay, now these books are available on internet. These books are available soft copy. I already shared on WhatsApp as well as on Telegram group. Okay, so only one book, that is the Ramlingam book, and that this Hui, Shriver Atkins, K.V. Reddy, H.P. Cotton, all these books are there. Then J.D. Lee, this book is only for the group elements of periodic table or inorganic chemistry. But this is like, don't have that much type of questions from this inorganic part. Okay, or even if you read any other book, that will be covering in this Puri Sharma Kalia's book. This Driver and Atkins for inorganic chemistry is having a very tough language as compared to other books. This Ramlingam book, this book is available in Appa Balwant Chowk, ABC, Pune. Okay, and this book is like your textbook, because here this book is of, I think, only 200 pages, so that's not that much big book. You can easily learn from that book. After these all books, you have to do something different to qualify this exam, right? Because so many students, even your teachers, they are studying for this net set exam, but they are not qualifying. You are also, if anybody have the experience or anybody attempted this type of exams, they are just failing or they are not qualifying the exam because of like a 10 or 20 marks less than what they required for qualification. So you have to do certain thing that will be different from the others. What you have to do, you have to learn such type of objective type of questions from these 3 main books. These are like different publications book. This is the modern ABC book. This book is for 11th. See, it is for 11th standard. Same for 12th standard books are there, and this is based on NCERT type of syllabus. Second book, like for Dinesh publication or in Pradeep publication, these books are like CBSC level book, NCERT type of syllabus is being covered. So the multiple choice from this book, they come as it is in the 2 mark section, B section of NET exam. Also, this structures which are present in the book are all are in color, so you will not find any difficulty, or you are not getting any bored for reading such type of questions or such type of problems from the this type of book. And where to get these books? These books are available on 40 to 50% of its price in second hand in the Appa Balwant Chowk of Pune. Okay, so just these 11th 12th standard books are there, you can go and you can take these books in very less cost. Then in this Puri Sharma Kalia book, which we have gone through the syllabus, and if you find all these topics are present in the this inorganic chemistry book, all these chapters, okay, VBT, MOT, cluster compounds, then spinel, anti-spinel type of compound, all these chapters are included in inorganic chemistry, Puri Sharma Kalia book. There is a no doubt, there is another book, Puri Sharma Pathania. That book is for physical chemistry and not for inorganic chemistry. For inorganic chemistry, you have Puri Sharma Kalia book. Okay, so this is very important book. I think somewhat 400 rupees is the cost, or less than 400 rupees cost is there for this particular book. Now, if you are from organic or analytical chemistry, the safest way or the best way for qualifying your net set exam is you have to study this type of inorganic chemistry. Okay, if you study the inorganic chemistry, then and then only you will be qualifying this exam. Why I am saying this? Because just first on first slide I have showed you that there is a dividation in the syllabus like organic chemistry, inorganic and physical. So 30% will be from inorganic chemistry, and if you study well, if you find out the number of questions and the tricks based on this inorganic syllabus, there are so many chances or percentage of chances is that you will qualify that exam. So I will just explain this is in Marathi because this is very important. जर तुमचा ऑर्गॅनिक केमिस्ट्री किंवा अनालिटिकल केमिस्ट्री हा MSc ला असेल तर तो तुम्हाला जमतो, तुम्हाला त्याचे सर्व काही प्रश्न समजतात, त्याचे आन्सर्स पण येतात, पण त्या एका सब्जेक्ट वरती ऑर्गॅनिक किंवा अनालिटिकल यावरती तुम्ही पास होऊ शकत नाही, कारण 30% सिलेबस त्या एका टॉपिक वरती विचारलेला असतो एका सब्जेक्ट वरती. मग तुम्हाला ऍटलीस्ट 40% मार्क्स हवे असतात नेट सेट ऍटलीस्ट LS मिळवण्यासाठी. त्यासाठी काय करायचं असतं, तर तुम्हाला एक दुसरा सब्जेक्ट सुद्धा एक चूज करायचा असतो, तो तुम्ही इनऑर्गॅनिकच करावा असं आम्हाला वाटतं. का तर त्यामध्ये खूप सोपे सोपे प्रश्न असतात. ज्या वेळेला तुम्ही ऑर्गॅनिकचा अभ्यास करता त्यावेळेला यू कॅनॉट बी शुअर दॅट यू विल फाइंड द करेक्ट आन्सर. Okay, because in every organic reaction or in mechanism there is always two multiple choice questions or two objectives, they are like a similar. You have experience, if you have solved this type of questions, there is always like a condition create that two objectives those are wrong, you can decide, you can pick them up, but remaining two they are like a same, so there will be a problem and you most of the time you are not attempting the correct one. But in inorganic chemistry you will directly find the answer by using certain problems or by using certain tricks. Okay, so based on this syllabus and our experience, we have some rules and some notes. Okay, so just in today's lecture, I will take 4 to 5 questions or types of questions. Out of these 5 questions, two or more than two questions will be there in this NET exam. For example, see on the screen it is given 18 electron rule. Okay, and how to calculate this 18 electron rule? Now what happens? You qualified this MSc, no doubt, but in MSc it is not there to calculate 18 electron rule, but it is there in TYBSc for graduation, right? and some of the syllabus it might be there in the MSc, but now so many days pass and you don't remember this to find 18 electron rule. If you find 18 electron rule, you will be giving answer to one 4-mark question and two marks question. So this will be like for 8 marks. And how to calculate this? This is very simple. If in 18 electron count, you have to count the total electron. Okay, total electron count, that is TEC. How to calculate it? Each carbonyl which is present in given structure or given molecular formula, you have to count 2 electrons for carbonyl, and negative charge it will give 1 electron. So this is so obvious. Okay, for in this carbonyl compounds there are 2 and negative charge it gives 1. Then each of the interior atom or heteroatom which provided 1 electron. Heteroatoms, I will show you in the example how it gives the electrons. And pi bonding ligands. Some of the ligands which are joined through double bond are like giving the electrons which are showed by this digit eta. This is known as a eta 5, C5H5 minus. Now, this eta without any charge, this eta 4, it will give 4 electrons. Eta 4, it will give 4 electrons. But here, eta 5 with negative charge, it will give 6 electrons because this will give 5 plus 1 electron, 6 electrons. So this type of question now they are asking. Now I know that in the TYBSc syllabus you may have this type of structure: Fe3CO by 12, Fe2CO by 9. This type of structure you have, you are expert in finding the 18 electron rule for those type of carbonyl compound. But nowadays what they are doing, they are giving such a species attached to the metal, central metal. So that time you have to count these electrons like this. Okay, see eta 5 C5 by H5, it will use 5 electron, but when you put negative charge on this C5H5, you have to add one more electron, so that will turn into the 6 electron, and then you have to just make its addition, you will get the total number. Okay, this is the case, and this is very important. Why it is important? Because for net exam in C section there is a 4 marks question, and two marks questions are always there in the net exam. Then there is a next, how to find the metal bond, how to find the metal, how many metals are there and how many metals they are joined together, that can be found out by using this simple formula: total electron count. Total electron count is equal to 18x minus 2y. Okay, 18x minus 2y. Why? What is this x and y? It is also given over here. TEC is total electron count. Then x is number of metal atoms. So you will get this type of example, Fe2 plus CO by 9. So you can easily recognize that how many number of metals are there? 2. So you have to put the value of y, x is equal to 2. Now what about y? Y is the number of metal bonds. And what is the question? How many number of metal bonds are there? So you have to find this y value. For example, we'll just see this example: 2Fe or this Fe2CO by 9. Okay, so better way what I will do, yeah, I will use this pen over here. See here, this total electron count is the, you have to find this value and this value, two values you have to find. For example, first example is there, Fe2CO by 9. Okay, so you should know the atomic number and the number of electron. For that purpose, how to calculate total electron count? So 2Fe, 2 metal. Fe is like a D8 system. This series is start from scandium, right? It start from scandium, then titanium, vanadium. So you can remember by using certain tricks: D block element, first D block element, D1 series. How to remember that? There are certain tricks in Marathi. You are seeing like so many students, they already know that Scandium series you can remember. Can anybody tell me? Do you remember how to remember this type of series? शुष्क टी वक्र मन fe koni, such a type of, right, such type of questions or such type of tricks are there for D block. Skirty vakra. So if you go from scandium at the D6, you will find the iron and two electrons you have to add from this uh, first series. So you will get D8 system. So 2 into 8 you will get 16. 2 into 8 you will get 16. And this ligands, carbonyl, how many ligands are there? 9 ligands. So 9 ligand means I have showed you that what you have to do for each of the carbonyl you have to take 2 electrons. So 2 nines are 18. So total electron count will come as an 34. Okay, so this value you have 34. So just put this value here is equal to 18. 18 is given. X means number of metal atoms. How many metals are there? Two metals are there. So just put in value here minus 2y. So 34 is equal to 36 minus 2y. So this 34 it will come here and 2y will come here. So it will become positive, and 36 minus 34 it will become 2. And what you have to find? You have to find the value of y. So how to find that value? Y is equal to number of metal bonds. So y is equal to 2 divided by 2. It will come as an 1. Okay, so such type of species will be given, and you have to find number of metal bond. Now, as per as my knowledge, for Pune University syllabus, it's not there in syllabus to find the metal bond in MSc part 1, MSc part 2. Okay, that's why this type of questions are very important. And there are again two questions. One is in the C section for mark 4 mark, and in the B section for 2 marks. Such type of questions are there. Now, next example, Fe3CO by 12. Here, if you remember the structure, then you can find, yeah, 4, 3, how many times they are joined, like 1, 2, 3, it is okay. But if you don't know the structure, what to do? You have to use this formula. Total electron count is equal to 18x minus 2y. So see how to calculate total electron. Again, iron is there, 8 electrons is there, but now the 3 ions are there. So 3 to 8 are 24, and 12 ligands are there. So for 12 ligands, you have to multiply it by 2, you will get 48. So 48 is equal to now 54. What is 54? You have to multiply this 18. 18 into number of metals. So number of metal atom have 3. So 3, 18, 3 are 54 minus 2y. So it will become 2y. 54 minus 48 is equal to 6. And 2, it will go to the denominator, y's value will be 3. So you can cross check it by using this structure, that Fe joined this Fe, now Fe and third bond is there. Okay, so 3 are 3 this ion are joined 3 times in the given structure. So that's why y is equal to 3. Now y is equal to 3 means its value is that three metal bonds are present in the given structure. Okay, now I will just tell you one example, and I will give you only 1 minute if possible. Just tell me the number of metal bonds present in CO4 CO12. CO4 CO12. CO4 means cobalt 4 and carbonyl 12. So is it possible for you to find this? CO4 CO by 12. How to find this? Can anybody give the answer? Okay. See, CO4 and CO by 12. So here, so this CO, it will come as an D9 type of system. Okay. Uh, D7 type of system, and 9, 2 electrons from the, okay, and D7, D7 and 2 electrons from the first orbital, so it will become 9. So 9 fourths are 36. Okay, 36 plus these 24 electrons, CO by 12. So 12 twos are 24. So total it will become 60. 60 is equal to 60 is equal to 72. How 72 come? 18 into 4, it will become 72. And if you solve this, it will become y is equal to 6. Y is equal to 6. That means there will be like a 6 metal bonds are present. And for example, this IR iridium 4 CO by 12. Here is a one of the example is shown where there are 6 metal bonds are there. See, 1, 2, 3, and 4 iridiums are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 bonds are there. So this is the for finding the metal bond. Now, this is just an introductory part to find the metal bond. In case of this NET exam or even a forget exam, there are certain examples which gives us the number of like different types of problems, and there are so many problems are based on this. Now, if I don't remember, but I think few of the questions are included here to find the metal bond. Okay, those are not present over here, but still it's okay. After that, certain directly straight mark, 2 marks straight forward questions are there, like vitamins, water soluble vitamin. Their names are given in the bracket, like B1, what is the name? B2, its name is given. B3 is given. Now, this question is for 2 marks, B1 or thiamine. Okay, or which metals are present here, that is second type of question. And in third category, they will give B1, B2, B3, B5. They will give these four names on the right hand side, and they will give you the like you have to match the following type of question. This might become these questions like for 4 marks. In some cases, this cyclocobalamine, vitamin B12, this question is also asked for 2 marks. Which metal is present in this vitamin B12? So cobalamine means cobalt is present. Okay, and these are like water soluble. That means they are fat insoluble, and these are fat soluble. That means they are water insoluble. It's like this or like principle, and such type of questions might be asked in question paper. Now, see such free radicals which are present in organic chemistry. So that's why I'm not going to describe this here, but you should be having such type of topics. So many questions are there on the spectroscopies. Now the multiple choice questions are there. For example, from one here to here, 10 questions are there. Okay. What you have to do, you have to solve this multiple choice question for organic, physical, and inorganic chemistry. How to solve, how to make a practice, just take 5 questions. Okay. Read the question carefully and answer it. A, B, C, D. And make the list like 1, 2, 3, and 5. Here you can write down like yeah, 1, then 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, and write down the answer like A, then A, B, C, C for 5. Then at the end of each book which I have given the names, all these books are having the questions and their answers on the back side. Okay, so just check whether it is correct. At first attempt, what it will happen, that first answer will wrong, second answer will wrong, third answer will wrong, fourth answer is also wrong, and fifth answer is wrong. But you just have started to solve this type of question. After a few days or few hours, what happens, you will getting a first incorrect, then second correct, third correct, fourth correct, fifth wrong. Okay, so 30% or more than like 50% you are solving correct, right? And at one stage you will be so familiar with the question and the type of question as well as the type of the objectives, their depth, is that in after few days you will get a confidence that you will solve all the five questions correct. So what happens here, the selectivity of answer, correct answer, is being increased because of the practice. Okay, and this will be possible after lot of practice only. So that's why I have recommended that Dinesh publication, Pradeep publication, or that modern ABC book. And this type of study you have to do like when there are 15 days remaining for the exam. Now 13 is the date. If the our exam is on 29, get net exam is of, if it is at the end of this month, you have to start from like 2 days. After 2 days you have to start such type of solving the question. Okay, so this is very important. Again, few organic chemistry questions are there, like for example this what we call these reactions as an pericyclic reaction. Now so many teachers are there, they will find that these pe- pericyclic reactions are so difficult. That's why students, they are also not able to solve this answer. Okay, but this pericyclic, it will take only 5 to 10 minutes to remember all the pericyclic chemistry. 10 minutes. So there are tricks. Okay, just you have to remember a certain table. You can solve any type of question based on this type of uh, pericyclic reaction. Okay, so many tricks are available. Now here in we are in the inorganic chemistry questions. You can find the number of examples and try at your own. Just use this formula: total electron count is equal to 18x minus 2y. Okay, this is very important. Just if you have any doubt, you can ask me, you can message me, and if you are not getting any answer, I will try to help you. Then next is to predicting the given structure, whether it is closo, nido, or arachnotype. Now, there is always 4 mark questions in C section. Here also there is a very small and short formula is there. Total electron count is equal to 12 capital N plus 2 into small n plus 1. Okay. So what is capital N? Capital N is equal to number of metal atoms. In the earlier formula, X is that, and n plus 1 or n is equal to number of vertices, or n plus 1 is totally number of skeletal pair. For example, see this formula, TEC, total electron count, is equal to 12n plus 2 into n plus 1. So if this n, n means what, number of metal atoms, if this n and number of vertices, they are common or they are same, then the given system will be closure type. If it is like n is equal to n plus 1, then it is nido, and n is equal to n plus 2, it will be arachno. So this is a one of the trick. Okay, you have to remember this trick. Now, what type of questions they are asking in the question paper? Predict the given structure, whether it is closo, nido, or arachno. And they will give you directly the formula RH6 by CO by 16. So there will first problem is with organic or in analytical chemistry people that they don't remember the atomic number of this rhodium. Okay, so how to remember this? This is having a location in periodic table after certain elements. For example, I have just showed you at the beginning that these metals they are present here somewhere. Okay, now how to remember this? I have one trick over here. Starting from this chromium till this nickel. See, one, two, three. These three, they are in certain, means I have made a trick for them. This chromium, molybdenum and tungsten, this will remember as in Marathi we say for if you want to take money out of the bank, okay, you can say this chromium कर money withdraw. Okay, so this you should remember like this, कर money withdraw. Then similarly, this money is here. You can say money take ray. Okay, money take ray. Then FERUOS. You can remember it as an ferrous. Okay, ferrous. Next is cobalt. This uh, 1, 2, 3. You can remember it as a कोण राहतं इराणला. Okay, in Marathi. And last is NIPDPT. That is not that a big deal. So you can remember this. Now, what I'm trying to say is here, if you see this is D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6, D7 system. The our required element is here. Rhodium is present at the atomic number is 45. Now if you even if you remember its atomic number, you will not have time to solve all this calculation, write its electronic configuration. So that's why you should remember such type of trick. Okay, so rhodium is here, कोण राहतं इराणला, below this cobalt. So it is a D7 type of system, and that's what we want. Only D7, that is okay. Okay, if you remember it is a D7 system, that is okay. D7 plus 2 electron from s orbital, so it will become the D9 system. You have to multiply it by 6, you will get 54. What we are doing, we are calculating the total electrons. Total electron count is equal to 9 into 6 is equal to 54, right? And you know that 16 means these are the ligands. 16 into 2 is equal to 32. It will become 86. So 86 is equal to 12 into capital N. Capital N is the number of metals, 6. So 12 6 are 72 plus 2 into n plus 1. 86, this will go here, so you have to subtract, you will get 14, and 2 n plus 1. N plus 1 is equal to 7. Okay, what is your value? N plus 1 is 7. And what we want, n is equal to 6. So what you got? You got that n is equal to this n plus 1 is equal to 7. N plus 1 is equal to 7. That means small n is equal to 6. This is 6. Your n is capital N is equal to 6. So n is equal to n. That's why first relation is correct. N is equal to n. That means it is a Closure type of compound. What is the question? This question is for 4 marks. Total electron count is equal to 12 into capital N plus 2 into small n plus 1. Okay, so you have to just find out total electron count and the value of small n. You will get the small n's value. You have to just compare it with the capital N value, that is number of metal atoms present in the given formula. And based on these three relations, you can find the actual answer of your. Here they will give multiple choice question for this particular formula: clozo, nido, arachno, hypo, and that different type of multiple choices. You have to remember, you have to choose one. So there are certain formulas. You can take a screenshot of these, you can write it your own, that OS 5 CO by 15, such a type of a compound. Carbon is there. Here carbon is given. Here also carbon is given. So for one carbon, you have to take 4 electrons and such that you can get the nido or arachno type of systems in the given structure. Okay, so many tricks are there. Also we have a trans effect. Now this trans effect is also very important. Like only one reaction, if one reaction is there, you this is for 2 marks, and if two reactions are there, two-step reaction, this is for 4 marks. Okay, so in many cases either 2 marks or 4 marks questions they are asking. It's not compulsion that they will ask like always 4 marks or 2 marks question. Okay, so based on these type of tricks, we just started this. This is just like a first introductory part, that inorganic chemistry is very very important. Even if you are, again and again I'm telling you that even if you are like expert in organic chemistry, but you will not 100% get pass in this exam, because as I have told you, this is like a very very important, and you have to remember all these type of questions, because these are like a tricks. Okay, you don't have to depend on anybody. Like for organic chemistry, what happens in organic chemistry, you know the all the answers. Okay, and if you try to just give the answer for them, there will be like 4 multiple choice question. You are expert, so you choose that yes, these two are not correct, but these two correct. Okay, these two are like close to the your answer. So but there will be confusion between the two. You will not be able to predict in many cases. Like for 4 marks, it is very very difficult to choose. Okay, so now what we have to do, what is our aim? 30% syllabus of organic chemistry, I know that I will solve those questions. But if you want really score, or if you want to predict the your like uh, LS or CSIR or UGC net for qualification, what is condition? You have to study this inorganic chemistry well. Now this is just an introductory part. Still we have seen 4 or 5 type of important questions. After this, we will like make a list of actual subject, actual topics, and we will take the questions, then their answers topic wise. Few of the questions which are already asked in the question paper, that also we are going to study in this lecture. Okay, now if you have doubt, you can ask me. तुम्हाला जर काही प्रश्न असतील तर तुम्ही आता मला विचारू शकता. या